Hello everyone, welcome back to Grow Better, where we have a conversation with founders and leaders who are building great businesses and products. I'm Jayveer, and today I'm excited to be joined by Roy Levi, the head of account management at Lusha. And in this episode, we will explore the topics of customer success, EI, customer growth strategy, and account management. Welcome, Roy. Thank you for joining us today, and it's a pleasure to have you on the show.
Thank you for having me, my friend.
Okay. And to start with, please tell us about you and yourself and your journey in the account management.
Sure. So I'm Roy from Israel, 34 years old, married to an incredible wife and proud father of three amazing kids, one freshly new. Um, Always when you speak with people and stuff like that, you get question about your journey. So my journey started long before I ever started actual working. I'm a sport fanatic. Sports was always a big part of my life and one of my biggest aspirations, and what drives me as well today.
Mm-hmm.
So my wife and myself also competed professionally in dance called bachata. We are second place in the world.
Wow.
I've been a goalkeeper my entire life. Now I own an indoor futsal club in Israel.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I think when I'm looking back, sports has shaped a lot of how I lead today and how I work. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Today, I lead the account management organization in Lusha, in what we
Mm-hmm.
call Row, everything that is beside the US.
Mm-hmm.
But if you ask me, what I actually enjoy doing is building organization and developing people. That's my aspiration.
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest, I love my job. Like I love sales, I love customer success, I love account management. And I think that the interesting part is we talked about it, I think, in the preparation. People always separate, or there is a tendency to separate customer success from sales, from account management. Um, but at the end, they are all the same. They are all about understanding people and creating meaningful connections. And at the end,
Mm-hmm.
to help business grow with your product. So I think that's like that's on the top of my mind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a great perspective. And building on same thing, like you had an impressive journey from customer success to leading account management at Lusha.
Yeah.
What has that journey has been look like, and like how's your journey with Lusha?
I think the journey was pretty amazing. To be honest, I loved it, and I loved all the stations that I passed. Starting from small business customer success at LivePerson.
Mm-hmm.
I had, to be honest, I was privileged throughout my career to have great managers all along. Everywhere that I had a manager that believed in me and pushed me and really affected how I work. So when I entered LivePerson, I managed the small business section. I handled the book of 350 accounts, hold
Oh,
around 5 million
wonderful.
ARR. Um, and it was an amazing journey. Like how you get focus on accounts that nobody actually cares about,
Hmm.
and
Hmm. Hmm.
driving
Hmm.
them into retention and driving them into adoption. So that's where I first met developing processes like onboarding processes and speaking with clients. And this is where my commercial sense was awakened, because I smelled the money. And the thing I think that bugged me the most as customer success is that I handed
Hmm.
over opportunities and growth opportunities to a very, you know, great and friends of the AMs, but this is what happened. This is why I wanted to shift. And
Hmm.
then I shifted into being an account manager.
Hmm.
Had the privilege to won President Club in this year. Then I moved to be a sales director, where I did both outbound, inbound. I also opened up the Middle East market in live person with partners. And then um, I was granted the opportunity to come to Lusha.
Hmm.
It was very exciting opportunity. It's still very exciting. to lead a team of account management. And from there, I just progressed into leading the entire organization.
Okay, and staying on same topic, tell us about more Lusha, like what Lusha is doing and how it helps people.
So Lusha is in the middle of an amazing transformation. When people speak about Lusha, they usually get contact details and how do I get the right contact, where and when. And now we are shifting into being a sales intelligence platform that essentially not helping you only get the right phone number, it's also help you get the relevancy. If you're a business, it's not enough these days only to be led by what is the phone number of my friend and how I should call him. It's also why should I call him, how should I call him, and what is right for my business. So we shifted also from being platform led to be everywhere led. You can now connect Lusha to any place, to your CRM, to your AI functions, to everything out there to help you just optimize the GTM engine and make sure that the Ferrari is driving the right way, not driving like a bicycle.
Right, right. And when people hear about account management, they often think it's just about keeping customer happy. And how do you describe what great account management really look like today?
You are touching a soft spot here. I think that the name account management, customer success is something that I'm having, I don't want to say hard time, but I think that we need to rethink about the name.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not that. The post-sales organization as a function in a business is critical. Always the sales guys, which are doing a great job getting all the thunder. But at the end, a company is built whether you have kept the existing ARR or you got churn and people left. So I think that the account management and customer success are the foundation of every organization, and it needs to be at the top of the mind. And obviously, with the current economic, you can't afford to lose money. Like the CAC and the lifetime value of a customer is much, much expensive than bringing a new logo in. And I think that when we speak about customer success or account manager, it's not only, as you said, keeping customer happy.
Happy.
It needs to be measured by customer growth.
Right.
Because at the end, the job of an
Hmm.
account manager and the customer success is to ensure that we understand where the customer business is going and how we help them get there faster. That's all it is. We are an advisors. We should understand the business better than the business understand themselves, and then come with suggestions that will help them drive better results. And when you drive better results,
Hmm.
retention will obviously happen.
Right. I completely agree on that. And like AI is changing almost every businesses or every businesses wants AI in their processes and they want to use AI. How has it changed the way maybe your team works with the customers using AI?
So I have an amazing team, to be honest. Like I
Mm-hmm.
have builders in heart and people that just, when we released, having Claude and ChatGPT in the organization, people just, went bananas and starting building their own functions and
Hmm.
artifacts and something. And I'm truly privileged to have an amazing team and also an amazing company that I work for that is, pushing you to adopt AI to its fullest throughout the journey. And I think that the biggest change that AI brought to the customer success account management world is that it took part a very major essence of it, which was how do I draft reports? How do I create usage? How do I get health score? How do I prep for a meeting? Like all of this admin
Hmm.
and preparation work right now is in the tip of the finger. So you
Right.
don't need to be so clever in terms of working with the internal system and connect between the systems. Right now, the biggest differentiation that comes into play is the judgment that you apply on what the AI is bringing you, because AI can't replace human connection. Never mind what anyone will tell me. AI can't connect to someone like you and me are connecting right now. And the
Mm-hmm.
value that someone can get from, thinking and having a session of going over and discussing about hard stuff, something that is unreplaceable. So where AI changed the game, it 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 forced us to change how account management looks. Now I think account management is more similar to be product managers and solution engineer rather to be proper account management. Um, and I think that the future of account manager won't win because right now the account manager know more. They will win because right now they think better on their customer. And
Mm.
now they need to be focused on it because time was saved dearly and extensively now that you can generate everything out of AI.
Yeah, right. That's a valuable insights. And also, like, what do the best SaaS companies do differently when it comes to building a long-term customer relationship for their product?
That's a good question. And I think the biggest thing that the organization can do is to be, obsessed over the customer. That's the most
Hmm.
important part is, I think it's two lines, obsessed over customer. It's so crucial. It's so crucial that the companies will be driven not by only their product map and roadmap and what they need to release and results. Yeah, everything like that is fine, but at the end, your product needs to bring a message to the world and it needs to bring differentiation to the customers. And a lot of companies, I think the great one, invest a lot of time in speaking with their customers and hearing them out and letting them be a part of the journey and the success of the company. I think that's about it.
Mm-hmm. Can you share one example where a small change improved a customer retention or engagement?
I think we're doing it right now with Lusha. Right now we're transforming how the post-sales organization work. As we said, AI changed the game. So we saw a lot of people, hidden over emails and letting AI take a lot of action. And we just changed the focus on being more on face-to-face meetings. Speak with your customer. Ask the hard questions. For example, you don't need to be afraid to ask what has changed since the last time that we talked. Even if it's, sounds absurd, those type of questions can generate a lot of insights. And just by connecting with someone and making him understand that you care, it's all that you need.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And many companies focus heavily on winning new customers. Do you
Mhm.
believe growing existing customer is just part as important?
Yeah, as I told you, I think it's a vital part because an existing customer, you already have him. He's already paying you. It doesn't matter if he pays you a lot or less, but he can grow with you. And once the customer signs the first check with you, probably is a little bit hesitant and he haven't put his entire efforts. And I saw, for example, in LivePerson, how I could take an account that signed for a 10K, then grew them over for $500,000 or $1 million spent with the right journey.
And how do you identify if you want to retain the old customers or if you want to retain the customers? How do you identify the opportunity, or what are the steps you 2 to 3 steps you take to retain the customers?
To retain the customer, first of all, you need to have extensive connection. Now you need to
Mm-hmm.
separate it between, spend tiers, small business, mid-market, enterprise, strategic. Everyone has a separate playbook that needs to be implemented. But at the end, it's, making sure that the AM is on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
And you asked how we choose who to retain. We retain everyone. We are not
Yeah.
losing, like the
Mm-hmm.
philosophy is we don't lose any dollar.
Right.
We fight for every dollar, and it doesn't matter
Mm.
if it's a $1 million accounts or 6K accounts. it's all the same. Everyone is driving the boat to the same place. So we just need to make sure that everyone is here.
Right. And you have worked with customers of all size, from
Mm-hmm.
SMBs to large enterprises. What's one lesson you have learned that applies to every customer, regardless of their size?
I think that one of the biggest lessons that I learned is when I started as an account manager. I had an account, it was my biggest account, a 50K account.
Mm-hmm.
That all of the indicators showed health score was amazing, the connection was stable, everything was, perfect. But then came the renewal time, the renewal period, and he notified that they are leaving for another competition. And it felt like
Oh.
a slap in
Mm-hmm.
the
Mm-hmm.
back of my head, and I
Hmm.
cracked myself for what did I miss? And as I said, I was privileged to having an amazing manager. My manager at the time, Asaf, took me and went over the recording with me and asked me, you haven't asked one hard question. You haven't asked if you would leave me, what would be the reason? Once we're coming into renewal, how certain you are that we will renew? Yeah, obviously we have accounts that, you know, won't tell us everything, but
Hmm.
if you're not asking the right question, and this symptom is something that all of salespeople have, it's called happy ears, that you are hearing whatever you want to hear to justify that you're doing a good job. And I think that's the biggest lesson that I learned, and I bring it to my team every day.
Hmm.
And every time that someone, comes to me excited with, I have a big opportunity or this renewal will be signed, I'm asking the same question that I never asked. Why wouldn't he sign? If this
Hmm.
deal will fall, what will be the cause of it? And then we're starting to prep for the worst. Prepare for the worst, hope for the
Hmm.
best.
Right. That's a practical way to think about it. And as a leader, what qualities do you look for when building a high performing account management team?
Um, I will take you back to the beginning of our call.
Mm-hmm.
And as I said, I come from sports. I've done
Hmm.
sports my entire life. And I think that, there is a saying that companies love to say that we are family. To be honest, I
Hmm.
hate it. When someone tells me that we are
Right.
family, no,
Hmm.
they are not my family. A family is a place
Agree.
where I can feel safe, assured to get unconditional love, people that will hug me when I'm sad, and people that will be happy with me and probably won't tell the entire truth to my face.
Hmm.
I think of, for example, my team, I always tell them, we are like a team that is built for champions, for take the championship. It doesn't matter if you like basketball, dance, football, choose your scene, but we are built in a way that we're a competitive team and we have standards. That's
Hmm.
the first thing. We
Right.
have very, very clear standards of what you need to do, how practice will look like, what is our strategy, what is our tactic, and everyone need to feel those lines, because if not, you can't be part of the team. If you don't hold your commitment, you don't. And then each individual can bring his own talent. And these talent would probably take us from being second or third place to be first place year over year. And, every year, and why I love the sport analogy, because we need people that are adaptive, that know how to be agile as well, because when you won a championship, the entire summer people will think how I will outrun them, how I will take their
Hmm.
place. So you need also to revamp yourself. And from time to time, my team always tells me, you're not calm. You're always looking for things to change. So I'm telling them, I'm not looking to fix what is not broken. I think how can we break the ceiling that we
Hmm.
just got there? For example, if we did 1 million, I want to do 1.5 million. So I think
Right.
that's it. What I'm looking for a team, I'm looking for people that can get, you can speak with and get
Mm-hmm.
feedback, and also they have a winning spirit. That
Hmm.
they are not breakable.
Right. That's a fantastic point. And looking back at your career, what's the one mistake that taught you an important lesson?
That's a good question. I told you about this customer that I had that was one of my biggest lessons. And I think
Mm-hmm.
that the second one was when I worked on one of my biggest deals, I went into the negotiation phase and I needed to submit my first proposal. And then I took it to my manager and my VP and showed them. And then essentially they just told me, why you are lowballing us so much? In my eyes, I thought it's high. And then they told me something that I won't forget. And they told me this customer spends millions of dollars on CRM. Probably they're
Right.
spending a lot of other money on other tech stack. Why are you lowballing us if you can maximize the deal? Start high. It's okay. They will tell you if you are not doing it, and always deliver a proposal on a live call. Don't just send it. You need to see the face of the people when they see the numbers.
Mm-hmm. And suppose if you were joining a fast-growing AI startup today, and what would be your top priorities for building a strong customer growth strategy?
As I told you, being customer obsessed.
Mm-hmm.
Besides playbook, as beside methodologies and which sales methodologies we need to put, I want to ensure that every customer has a very, very critical touch points throughout his customer journey.
Mm-hmm.
We need to ensure that we are speaking with our customers and getting the value and also challenging them if things don't work the right way.
Okay. Like, what's the first thing you would implement during the first maybe 90 days?
So first of all, I will build, as I told you, the tactic,
Mm-hmm.
how we work, how we operate, what success looks like.
Mm-hmm.
We will build the cadences of what forecasting will look like, how Monday will look like, Tuesday, for example. And then we will just go and spread out the entire customer portfolio and jump on calls and getting feedbacks to
Mm-hmm.
see where they're at. And from that point, we can start our day-to-day work. But it's all about
Right.
making sure
Mm.
that everyone is also connected to the why behind we're doing what we're doing.
Right. And what skills do you think young professional or aspiring leaders should develop if they want to build a successful career in this SaaS and AI world?
I think you need to be people focused.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, um, if you don't um, if you don't understand people and know how to connect, you can't be a leader, and I think that you can't build a company. Because a company is successful based on its people. When we talk about the sport analogy, the sports team is also built from the guy that cleans the floor and from the guy that folds the clothes and the physio, and everyone is building this team. So first of all, you need to be laser focused on the people and make sure that everyone understands the why behind we're doing what we're doing, that we have a critical mission.
Mm-hmm.
The second part is to understand that we're living in a very, very exciting era, that
Mm-hmm.
everyone can redefine the titles that has been embedded in us for the last 20 or 30 years. The boundaries has broken completely. I see my AMs, one is working like a solution engineer, one is working like a product manager, one is working like he's a marketing guy. And I allow them. I allow them to do that because I think everyone needs to bring their talent and inspiration
Right.
as long as they understand
Mm-hmm.
the tactic and the strategy.
Mm-hmm. And looking ahead, how do you see AI is changing customer success or account management?
I think that AI you know, will take all of the admin work at the end. I think what
Okay.
is missing and what is being built right now as we're speaking is how AI can become the brain of the operation, like how it can
Mm.
connect all of the scattered systems out there and generate you insights that you can act upon, and then just to
Mm-hmm.
bring it. So imagine that you're account manager, you open your dashboard in the morning and you have this account is at risk, this is the steps that you need to take, this is the playbook that you need to implement. And then you have a plug and play. The mediocre one will probably follow this playbook, and the talented one will think, okay, I understand this playbook, but I want to take it to somewhere else, but I need to action on it because right now it's in a critical era and I need to get it solved.
Mm-hmm. And what are the AI tools you think one account manager should know in this AI world and should use or must use in this AI world for their day-to-day tasks?
I think as much as one person can learn, that's optimum. Like
Mm-hmm.
I told you, there's no boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
The generic one is Claude right now, or ChatGPT or Gemini.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sure that other tools will come in the next few days that you need to implement, and we just need to be also cautious of it. Not, to make sure that we are not putting our entire efforts in AI and we are losing focus on what actually matters. That is the people in the next,
Right.
next to
Mm-hmm.
you.
Mm-hmm. And finally, if you could give just one piece of advice to aspiring customer or success professionals or account managers, what would it be?
I'd leave people with two thoughts. The first one, never confuse being busy with
Mm-hmm.
creating value. Okay, because, and I'll explain. When you're saying you are being busy, you can do the work, but you can do it very inefficient. You can call
Mm-hmm.
the wrong people. You can do the wrong stuff. You can invest time in areas that don't matter. When you
Mm-hmm.
invest your time in something, you need to make sure that your actions create value. If you don't know what it is, speak with your manager, speak with someone above you or near you or with your colleague, and make sure
Mm-hmm.
that your actions create value and make change.
Right.
Um, and make sure that you're spending your time on things that only humans can do. Because right now, AI is taking a lot of it.
Mm-hmm.
And winning doesn't just give you an advantage forever. It gives everyone a reason to catch you. So you always need to be one step ahead. So
Mm-hmm.
focus on speaking with someone, challenging them, making sure
Mm-hmm.
that you are creating a connection. Um, and I think that great companies and great leaders and great individuals and careers are built on continuous reinvention of themselves.
And that's a really powerful lessons. And Rohit, thank you so much for joining us today. And it was pleasure learning from your journey and hearing your insights on customer success, account management, and AI. And everyone watching this video, thank you for tuning in. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next conversation. Thank you, Roy.
Thank you. Thank you a lot.